So a little rundown on this jalopy. Eventually we'll get the bodywork squared away and the paint and all the trim and everything like that, but we just wanted to slap something together and go out and race. We're running the stock Pistons. Actually, we didn't even change ring gap or anything. We just pulled the Pistons out and put some Eagles on and tossed them back in. It does have a 187 Unlimited full race ported head, Crower 276, I think it's 276, 278 cams, shimless buckets, DLC coated, Dodger up there at 187 Unlimited, hooked us up with all the head work. And then we got 2200cc Bosch injectors, China intake manifold, which we've retrofitted for a LS drive-by-wire throttle body to help with the traction control. It has a VS Racing, their clone of the G45-1500. We are still completely stock pistons, stock wrist pins, stock main caps. We are studded down there. That's got a Turbo 400 in it with the ATF speed adapter kit. It has an air engine custom converter. We're running Mickey Thompson ET Street R's, the 275s, and then in the back we just have the Rev 9 coilovers. Other than that, it's got the factory shocks and springs up front, and all the bushings and all that good jazz under there is pretty much stock. This right here, I don't need to mount it, but trim pot switch, so we can adjust our boost on the fly, or launch positions, or launch RPM, or traction control sensitivity, different things like that. So I'll map out how I want boost curves, different things like that on drag radials and street tires. So I have a few different settings in there that I can swap between. Running the Lexus, I think this is the IS250 steering wheel with the paddle shifters. We actually have these wired in. This is bump box, or actually this is for the trans brake, and then this is for bump. And then right here we assign it to a couple different things. This will control our nitrous, or when we have our settings for when we're on the street, this is our rolling anti-lag. And some Kirkies and an 850 cage with swing out. I mean, it's not the most beautiful Supra under the sun yet, but we'll get there. Our priority was to go fast, so we're trying to do that. We'll see if we can get it 8 today. So we got our 8. So I'm gonna break it down here. We got a 898 151 Mk4 60 foot. We're spinning through first, traction control working, not crazy, but it was working. You can hear it in the video. And then 5.7 at 123 in the 8th. So not bad, not bad. We got our 8. That was the original goal for the car. Keep in mind, this is completely stock rear differential, all stock bushings, stock axles. Nothing has been changed. Only thing back here that has been changed is the Rev 9 coilovers in the back, which we just set kind of as ride height with this body kit. How this squats when it launches was actually kind of rubbing the tires a little bit, so we raised it up a little more. And then we just run the shocks full tight. In the front, stock. Stock. Everything up here is stock as far as the suspension is concerned. We are being fairly conservative on the tune because it is stock pistons, stock rings, stock mains. So at this boost level, if this was a fully built motor, we definitely have a lot more timing in it than what we have now. But so now I guess the goal is maybe try to max out the cage, try to get that 849. Over the winter, haven't decided exactly what we're gonna do. Have an idea for here. We may be putting a centrifugal supercharger on it along with the turbo that's on it, just to get a little bit better bottom end. Or we've been tossing around the idea of putting the 8HP 70 or 8HP 90 8-speed in this and making it a little bit more friendly around town, and that way we can also use the paddles too, and it just makes it a little bit simpler. When my wife drives it, she doesn't have to worry about the reverse manual and shifting up and shifting down and not shifting to the wrong gear at the wrong time. It just makes everything simpler. But yeah, so 8's, yes, we got it. We got the 151. We may put it back on the dyno just to see what its uncorrected horsepower number is. I'd like to be around 1,000 uncorrected at elevation. And other than that, yes, awesome. We got our 8. It was exciting. The first run, just, I mean, that was probably the worst spinning that I had. I actually had to let off the traction control. Was doing everything it could, but she was rowdy. And then the second one, we just pulled a little power out of her in first gear. She still hazed the tires, traction control was still working, but second run, put it together, and it felt kind of like it was there. Wasn't too sure, but man, that return road to the ticket booth seemed a lot longer than it normally is. And yeah, 8-9. So now on to the next mission.